you want to get punched and kicked in the head when you can sing like that? I'm just trying to work this one out. You know what I mean?
Well, I've been doing martial arts since I was 5 years old. I've been doing it forever. So, music and fighting. I play basketball as well. In my household, it was basketball, music, and fighting. You know, we had family reunions. Even my auntie, my mum and that, even they'll put boxing gloves on and they'd have little play fights in the back garden. You know, that's standard procedure. You know, being able to fight. So, you know, fighting's just part of my whole culture, if you know what I mean. Plus, my uncle was a world champion. You know, trained kickboxing. So he started me at taekwondo, and then I started doing kickboxing. I've been doing it since forever. So it's just a normal thing for me, really, to fight. You know, I fight in school. That's the only thing that kept me. Probably that's the only thing that kept me out of trouble, to be honest. Was fighting. So that's why I like getting punched in the face. But to be honest, if you watch my fights, I don't really get punched in the face a lot. So I'm kind of. Why do I get punched a lot? Too smooth, man.
E.T., you're competing right now in the featherweight division, but you're quite big, you're quite thick set.
Well, I fought lightweight as well. I fought lightweight division as well, which I haven't lost in. And I fight featherweight, you know, good diet, keep myself ready for fights and stuff, so yeah, both.
What do you know about your opponent? It's Nathaniel Woods, right?
Yeah, no, we trained in the same gym together, like Team Titan.
So is it like a personal beef, or what kind of?
There's no personal beef, man. Like, to be dead honest with you, there's no personal beef. But he thinks he knows my game. He thinks he knows what I'm about. You know, I'm here to show people different. You know, everyone knows I can sing and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna show people I can fight. You know, because that's what I do. You know, I breathe it. I breathe music and I breathe fighting. It's just, I'm an alien. I'm not the same as everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Let me ask you a question. I'm dyslexic, right? When I did my first degree, it took me ages to do it. I couldn't even get through it hardly. When I did a second degree in music, I learned 6 different types of music instruments. I can play all 6 instruments at the grade 5, 6 and above. I can also know theory of music in 1 year, grade 8. I'm an alien. I'm just different.
Wait. Come on, man. Did you hear what the guy just said we did? Like, he's dyslexic. He went out, he done degrees, and all of that deserves a round of applause, man. Come on, man.
So when people try to tell me, I've had it in my own circle, and people tell me I can't do stuff. You know what I mean? All the time. I know I can do this. This is what I know I can do. What I couldn't do is if you sat me in an office trying to make me do all this computer stuff, I won't be able to do that. But I know I can do this. That's why I can get punched in the face. Well, try and get punched in the face. You know what I mean? So I'm prepared, man. I'm prepared. I take this really seriously, you know. So
on this Bellator and Attack Promotions event, which is the UK's first for Bellator. I know you've sang in front of millions on TV screens and stuff like that, but the event, the passion, remember this is also on a Sony weekend, so Sony's going to be really hyped, so you're going to have loads and loads of people in that arena. You know what I mean? How do you control the nerves or the butterflies?
Any fighter will tell you, you always get nervous, do you know? But there's always a saying, I have to say, you know, get butterflies, but let the butterflies fly, you know? You know, I just get ready, prepare myself. As I always make sure it's automatic, just talk to my boy, Marv, you know, I say, you just make sure everything's automatic. Drill it, be ready, take it seriously. And that's what, I know I've done my work. I know my conscience is completely clear. Because I know I've put in the work. So the nerves are really there. That's why people go, oh, why do you sing out, man? It just chills me out. I love music, so it just chills me out. I go out there, show them what I'm about. I'm going to show everyone what I'm about. I'm sick of people doubting me.
What's your interest music?
Mine's a song called London City. It's coming out same day. I'm releasing it on iTunes. On the 16th of July, so can we get it?
If there could be any fight, because I like asking guys this, that right now, out there for you, like in England, Europe, or the world, what fighter would you want to go up against? And why?
I have to put it on the line, yeah?
Everything on the line.
The belt. Why would you fight the champion? Why would you take the risk to fight the champion? Why would not? That's the only thing about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you not fight the champion? I fight whoever's got the belt, that's what I'd fight. That'd be my fight. Whoever's got it. Because that's what it's about. It's about competing. and I'm there to compete. So yeah, the champion. Yeah, he's champion. I think no, it's not. He's champion. No, it's not. Pitbull.
Who's the champ?
The champion Bellator. So yeah, so that's why I just find champion. Whoever the champion is. That's my answer to your question.
Alright, underneath the spotlights which you're going to be in front of, right? What's your game plan?
Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Come on, how many times can you say you're sitting in front of thousands and millions of people watching?
You're going to have millions at home.
When can you say that? You can't. When can these people say that? So I'm just going to enjoy myself and go there and do what I've trained and prepare my body to do. Simple.
Chaz Moran, or should I say Mr. E.T. Thank you very much. Semtex. Semtex who just likes to fight. Who just likes to stand up and just give it to guys. Now I know you're a little bit upset because your opponent who you was meant to fight has now pulled out.
Yeah, Josh Koscheck.
Koscheck.
Anyone that's seen the pre-fight press conference would have known that this guy wasn't going to show up. The guy was shook, you know, he was shaking with fear. I seen him scurrying around backstage looking for his tampons. You know, that's how bad it was. But yeah, you know, I'm just happy to be fighting. All jokes aside, I'm just happy to be fighting on this big card here at the London O2.
But you did fight him before, right?
Yeah. It was a good fight.
And you came up second best?
Yeah. No, I lost. I didn't come out second best. I lost the fight. You know, at that stage in my career, he was a more experienced fighter. You know, he was a Division I wrestler, which is you know, a high standard of wrestling over in America. And I was really not new to the sport, but new to fighting at that level. The 2 fights I had with the organisation, I won convincingly, and this was for #1 contender. So it was a lot on the line. I was young and I didn't really understand the opportunity. And for those that know the outcome of the fight and what occurred afterwards, you know, that's my explanation. I didn't really grasp the opportunity that I had, and I was still a little immature at that stage.
So what's changed now? What's been the growth spurt within you, like maturity? What's made you become mature?
I understand the sport more from a business perspective. I understand the opportunity now that I've got 2 children and a partner to provide for, and my ambitions are greater. I see people my age and people that I used to move with not doing so well, and I'm doing very well for myself. You know, I'm in the sport that I love to do. I'm getting paid for doing it, and I'm giving myself and my family more opportunities. Like I say, my peer group, they're not in the same situation I am right now. So I'm making the most of it.
So what would you like to do, right, after your win, visualize to materialize, after your win on this show for the Bellator and Attack promotions? What would you want to do after that?
Well, immediately afterwards I'm going to celebrate, but looking forward, and for those of you that know how I celebrate, Mikey, he knows it's going down, yeah. But I want to be the champion, you know. I'm going to be the champion, should I say. There's a lot of tough fights out there for me, but once I beat Douglas Lima, who is the former champion, it only makes sense for me to then fight the current champion. So that's the way that I see it. Beat Douglas Lima, fight for the belt. There are other big fights out there that I want, though, that are big fights for the organisation and for the sport. You know, Bellator signed a lot of big names, guys like Vanderlei Silva. You know, he's a big name, 185 guy. I ain't scared to fight him, you know. He hasn't got an opponent yet. I'll fight Vanderlei, so, you know, if that's a fight they want to make, I'm ready to fight Vanderlei Silva. Ben Henderson, another guy that they signed, I'll fight him. He just recently fought at 170. So, and Josh Koscheck, like I say. I'm after big fights, the title and big fights, that's it.
How much do big fights mean to you?
upwards of about £500,000.
Okay. Not the price, but
oh yeah, sorry.
it's alright.
I'm thinking of my pocket. I'm thinking of my pocket.
Milky Bar.
No. I knew what he's talking about. I just wanted to drop some figures in there for the guys at the top. Make sure my check is right. You know. But yeah, the big fights mean everything. For me, I'm like the stage that I'm similar age to everyone up here, but the stage I came into at the sport, it was all about. There was an organisation called Pride, open weight classes, Grand Prix. All these big name fighters fighting out of their weight classes, fighting 3 times on one night, and that's the kind of stuff that motivated me to stay in the sport. So that's what the big fights for me is like, paying homage to that era of the sport before your Conor McGregors and before you Ronda Rouseys. You know, I would like these big fights fighting outside of my weight class. You know, I urge Bellator to do a Grand Prix, like have a welterweight Grand Prix or middleweight. Just do things that are different, which I know that they're trying to do with some of these marquee fights. But the big fights to me, away from the pound signs, is paying homage to why I got into the sport in the first place.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Mr. Semtech, Paul Daly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's Venom time now. It is Venom time now. It is seriously, it is Venom time now. Mr. Michael Page, I've been watching a couple of your fights on YouTube, quite a few of your fights, and to say the least, I've got like boxing friends who will say, have you seen this brother? Ben Dowd, who was one of the most knowledgeable guys on a professional sport, used to standing behind you there, just watched your fight against George, was it Jefferson, right? We just watched that. We saw the bolo roll up, throw the right hand, and it was good night, baby. Who do you base your style on?
I base my style on myself, man. You know what is? I've been in it for a very long time. Similar to
Since 5 years old, right?
Yeah, well, since 3 technically. Similar to Chase, it's a family thing. So my father was my first instructor. Yes, close. My father was my.
You're just underneath yeah. Swap chairs. That's right. But you can't sit in that chair unless you can sing. Can you sing, young man?
You can dance.
On the night, I'll dance. Have I just gone from one thing to the next?
Yeah, it seems that way. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, my father was a martial artist, or is a martial artist, shall I say. Really enough at
Moving chairs,
put a venom into the mic. So yeah, he's 62 years old, sorry, and he fought the other day and actually won an event.
You've got some different energy.
I'm saying, I'm electric. Yeah. So yeah, I was saying my father just fought the other day, and you know, he's fighting people half his age, and went to a competition and won. So I come from a family of martial artists. My mum used to do it as well. People come to my house and we'll see trophies and stuff, and I'm like, they're not all mine, man. They're not all mine. So I've been doing it for a long time, and I've been inspired by a lot of different people, mainly from the kickboxing industry, and my kickboxing style is very different to what the people are normal or are used to, shall I say. It's very free flowing. It's more about speed than it is about power, and it's about movement. And that's where I come from. And a lot of the people that was in that industry inspired me and made me who I am now.
So, your mom used to fight.
Yeah.
Your dad used to fight.
Yeah.
Well, he's still fighting.
Yeah.
Did you ever get bad school reports?
Boy, if I did, they're probably still under the pillow somewhere, because I couldn't come back with those. Yeah, martial arts, had a positive influence on me. I wasn't raised in the best of areas, but didn't follow, the norm or the crowd. We kind of created our own social group. Got my brother here, Marvin. I've been training with him for years, and these are the kind of people that I could not go back. From being in school or being outside after school, I could not go back to them and let them down. It felt like if I got in trouble about for anything stupid, I'd be letting them down. You know, and I just wouldn't do it. I'd refuse to do it. So when people were like, "Yo, Mike, let's come and do this, let's come and do that," I'm like, "Yeah, I'll see you later, man. I'm going." So I was back at home, or I'll get back to training. So it kept me focused, man.
There's been a lot of talk about people here, right, Michael Page, MVP. You know what I mean? How come he hasn't joined the UFC yet? We get this all the time. We think that you're on a fantastic platform with Bellator, a massive platform with Attack Promotions. So I would like you to address that, why you haven't gone over or absconded.
Well, you know what, Bellator is my home at the moment, man.
That's right.
And they treat me very well. And you know what it is, I feel like I'm behind something that is going to be enormous. Like, they're massive already, but it's going to be enormous. And you can see by the amount of people that are now crossing over. Now people are talking about going from UFC to Bellator. And that's a big deal. And it shows the direction that they're moving. Everything about what they represent, I love. I love the fact that they don't just put on fights, they put on shows. And it helps for people like myself. You might come because, you know, you want to just, you heard about the show that they put on, so you come and then you spot me on the show, putting on a show, you know? So it helps all of us. The audience, it's a big opportunity for everyone here, especially those that haven't been on Bellator yet. It is a massive opportunity for me. I've done it now, you know, been out to Bellator events. Their events are unbelievable. And they are going to be absolutely enormous. And I can see myself being a massive face of that.
Well, you're a massive face right now because lots of people watch you on YouTube. Now, I'm not the perpetrator of causing trouble, to tell you the honest truth. I'm not at all. But you know, Mr. Semtex is here, right? And like you're here, and you're the same weight. And seeing as ET's fighting someone from his own training camp, like maybe, not trying to cause trouble. Don't give that look, man. Maybe, just maybe. Now, you two could maybe end up fighting each other.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, it's funny because we did this, you know, the British invasion. You know what? 5 of us, we, you know, came quite close. We were chatting, we spent traveling together, doing a load of stuff. But all the talks, by the end of the day, was like, okay, yeah, well, technically, me and you are in the same division, and these two are in the same division, and we'll end up having to, you know, throw down. And both of us understand that. It's clear. It doesn't change anything. I've fought my own brother in a competition. I fought my own brother. I've got siblings that all compete. I fought my own brother in a competition.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say it was over breakfast. But
that too. But I fought my own brother in a competition. So if I can stand up to my own brother, happily punch him in the face, and I mean happily punch him in the face. And then at the end of the fight, you know, pick him up, are you alright, you good, that was a good fight, I can do that with a friend. You see what I mean? And we will go to war on that day. Better believe we will go to war on that day. Yeah, so when that day comes, 100%, 2 big names from the UK, I'm sure that's what people want to see. You know? But I don't chase fights specifically. I just go where I need to go and put on a show every single time I go there.
And you are doing that. I'm just sorry to bring you back into this, right? But you are here, like, right back this. So, Mr. Semtex, how would you feel about if you had to fight your compadre?
Yeah, like Mike said, during the British invasion, we had some good fun, and we did all bond. Obviously, there'll come a point where we may fight. I envision nothing but being the champion of this promotion, and as the champion of the promotion, you have to take on all comers. Mike is in the same division as me, and his ambitions are the same as mine. So, you know, I don't need hate to fight someone. I don't need to dislike someone, as is just said. We're martial artists, and our ambitions are big. And up until that stage where we do meet, then I wish him the best in all of his fights, and that's all.
Well, that's the end of me trying to shit stir, isn't it? I've heard that you've been sparring with some top professional fighters. We've got a guy, Chris Eubank Jr., who's defending his British middleweight title on Saturday against Tom Doran. I've heard that you've been sparring with him. I've also heard that you've been sparring with the IBF super middleweight champion James DeGale, and a lot of people say that you throw down on these guys in boxing. I'm saying, what's going on here? Are you trying to be like to try to jump all over the spectrum now with mixed martial arts and jump to boxing? What's going on, brother?
First and foremost, I slap both of them around, and if they ever want to prove me wrong, they can come back to my gym.
Wait, I just want to get this now. Right, so you slap? Where did you slap them up?
James DeGale came to my gym.
And when was this? When was this? I just need the story.
That was about 3 years ago. But Eubanks was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This year you sparred with Eubanks.
This year, like, I'm saying it loud and proud. If he ever wants to come and spar me again, we can do it. Because he threw a little bitch fit. Excuse my language. But like I said, if he wants to throw down again, I can. For me, I'm a martial artist. I can go into boxing, but you know what? Fact is, we're all mixed martial artists. Yeah, we get boxers to come down. I have to be good at boxing. I have to have good sharp hands. We have good top kickboxers come down. I have to be good at kickboxing. We have top wrestlers come down. I have to be good at wrestling. Top jiu-jitsu guys come down. I have to be good at jiu-jitsu. So I'm willing to challenge myself everywhere, and it just makes me more of a complete fighter. In the end of the day, and like I said, I'm a martial artist and a student at heart. I love learning new stuff, and I love challenging myself and fighting who's known as the best. So as I say, I don't know about moving over to boxing. You know what? It's something that I have thought about doing as well. But at the moment, my focus is MMA, and I kind of want to stay on track for my journey now.
Very well answered, my friend. Very well answered. Let me hear it for all of the gentlemen in this room right now. Besides me, Michael Page, Chase Morton, Paul Daly.
And obviously, Michael Page. Who's your inspiration? I know you say yourself, but what? Anderson Silva? You get compared to him a lot.
Yeah, no, I do get compared to him a lot. It's funny, I found a video not too long ago. I was doing, when I first decided to come into MMA, and I was rolling with a guy, Owen King, a person I looked up to in kickboxing, and he was teaching me some jiu-jitsu when I first kind of like got into it. And he was like, oh, have you seen Anderson Silva? And I was like, who's that? And it's only when I came into MMA, and this is on camera, years ago. So only when I came into MMA that I started watching these type of people, because I wasn't a massive MMA fan at the time. So these kind of guys are more of my inspiration when I came into MMA, but it didn't influence who I am or my style. I understand the comparisons, and I'm thankful for the comparison, because if I can have that kind of career, then I'm a happy man. But I'm making my own steps. I'm the one and only MVP, and no one can change that.
Who? E.T. You got a question for E.T., have you? Alright, mate, what's your name? Zane. What, do you fight as well, do you? You do? Alright, calm down. You're not that big, mate. Anyway. I'm sure you hit that before 3 misses. Anyway, calm down. Alright, Zane, you've got a question for E.T.
So, you're into music. Yeah. So, come Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Your tune makes us #1 on iTunes, or you win the fight. You pick one of them.
Oh, that is a good question there. That just mash you up there. E.T. just mash up your career.
I want to win, man. I want him to fight. I want to get in there and get beat up, man. He wants to get in there and get beat up. No, I want to win, man. I'm not here. Like I said to everyone before, I'm not here for no gimmicks. It's no gimmicks, It's about a fight, That's what I'm focused on. Yeah, the music's there. Like I said, it's still part of me, but I want to win, man. I'm focused on the fight, 100%. Thank you, 100% of it. Thank you.
So you want the #1 on iTunes then?
Yeah, I want that as well. I want that as well.
I'm just checking. Okay. Yes, right, a question. Just throw it out. Oh, sorry. Alright, go on.
Just as a fan, I'd like to see Badley Silva, Sentex Daily.
Was that the fight that you want? Was that the fight that you want there, Paul?
Yeah, it's a fight that we can make. Yeah, it's a fight we can make. Like I say, the goal is to be the champion. First is Lima, then is the belt, then afterwards, just the big fights.
I like that. I'm still scanning out the room. Mr. Joe Long, Mr. Joe Long. I mean, who's actually doing the seni on the same day. Joe, you got a prior question there for us, please?
I've got a message question for Michael for MVP. Michael, can you explain to the audience what the crossover was like from traditional martial arts to MMA and how that journey started and who got you into it?
That's a really good question.
I think it's down to the person 100%. But for me, I think it was like anything. People make things bigger than it is in their head before they go over. Because when I used to watch the MMA guys, I was like, nah, there's no way I could do that. I'm seeing people get hit. I'm seeing blood all over the floor. I'm just focusing on the negatives. But when I kind of got tired of my sport and the politics that go on in my sport, I said to again Marvin, I need to change. I need to make a change. I need to do something different. I actually first walked into American top team in the States, as I got family over there. I was kind of venting to my family, telling them my frustrations, and they were like, "Look, we've got an MMA gym down here. You might want to try that." And I said to I contemplated boxing. I heard about the politics from another good friend as well. I didn't really want to go from one place to the next and feel exactly the same. I thought doing more K1 stuff, but I didn't feel like I'd challenge myself in any way, as in with regard to training. So I was like, I need to do MMA because that's going to challenge me mentally. I'm going to be, again, I love to be a student. I'm going to learn new things, and let me just see where it goes. And I was literally set on moving to the States, sun, sea, having fun out there, as well as training. I couldn't go wrong. But then, Marvin was like, it's worthwhile having a look in your hometown. Went around to a couple of gyms, quite a few gyms. Didn't really get the feel for it. Walked into London Shoot Fighters, and straight away I was like, there's something about this place. I can hear knowledge. I can just hear sense. I'm being around a lot of people that talk a lot of crap, so I could hear sense in this place. I thought, let's start here. If it goes wrong, we can move on and find somewhere else. And I just haven't looked back ever since. And the transition for me, what I was most worried about is a coach looking at my style and saying, none of that shit's going to work, basically. And trying to change me completely, and I would have hated that. But my coaches, Alexis and Paul, they both looked at my style and was like, again, obviously still in the same way, kind of weirded out by what I'm doing, but there's something in that. It's like, I like exactly what you're doing, but we just got to make it safe. MMA, it has to work for you in MMA. And all they were doing was just tweaking a couple of things here, a couple of things there. Obviously had to learn the grappling, learn the jiu-jitsu, and it was nowhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be. And after literally 6 months of training, they were like, yeah, we're going to get you a fight. And I thought it was going to be an amateur fight, and he was like, no, we're putting you in, you're ready. And boy, it's just been, you saw the first fight, so it's just been a whirlwind from there, just going on.
Mr. Ben Dougherty.
Alex, with your celebrity status off the back of a formal relationship, do you ever feel that it's been harder to take it seriously? Because I remember Dave Caldwell, the boxing promoter, saying when he watched your fight, which was shown probably about, we're talking about 2011, 2012, there was something on mainstream TV, and he said he was so surprised. He said he's got really big balls. Do you feel that the tabloid notoriety is sometimes a bit harder to be taken seriously incredibly because of it, or not?
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier on, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like a bit of a joke, even though... I've got big balls. Actually, people go to the gym and they see a coach to get their punches stronger, their muscles stronger. I actually go and have therapy, hypnotherapy. I've had a lot of crap in my life. And it's really helped me because my biggest thing is that chip on my shoulder. If you're not happy with yourself, how can anyone else be happy with you? So I'm learning to love myself a bit, forgive myself for some of the crazy crap I've got up to. And I'm a good guy, and I love this sport. I almost feel in awe that I'm here. Because I'm a bit older. I believe I still have something very good to give to the promotion. And otherwise they wouldn't have offered me the deal. But I'm in awe of these studs here, they're all studs. The guys I'm in the gym with, some of them are like half my age, and I'm like, what's going on? I should be killing these guys, but it's So it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Humbling. Humbling. And it's also really grounding. In all the crazy razzmatazz world I've been involved in, there's nothing like going to gym and literally getting punched in the face or trying to not get punched in the face to bring you back to reality.
It's a big switch off.
Yeah. It's something, maybe I should take up meditation, but it's a bit like my therapy, going to the gym, getting punched in the face.
I've now just worked the room, and I'm like, there are no more questions out there, but I want to bring in our promoter here. I want to hear it for our promoter. I want to come over here, Andy. Come over here, Andy.
I've actually got one question.
Right, yeah, I've got a question. No,
I've got a question for Paul. When we had that press conference,
he said 50 grand more. That's what he said.
When we had that press conference in April, I could see a fire in your belly when you were nose to nose with Josh, and it got a bit interesting at one point. And when that fight got canned, unfortunately, and now you're fighting, in my opinion, someone considerably better than him. So how have you got into the mindset of having in one hand a rematch, and now, in my opinion, stepping up to a higher level with a higher opponent? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, Douglas Lima is a much more credible opponent. You know, there was history with myself and Josh, but yeah, Douglas Lima is a former champion. He's a dangerous guy in terms of finishing capabilities, whereas Josh is a bit more of a grinder. But I always prepare pretty much the same. I train with the best. I have the best team around me, and if I don't have them in camp, you know, I bring them in camp, and this has been no different. We've flown guys in from all over the world. I've been travelling around to the gyms pretty much as Mike does. Sparred Frank Buglione, over McKenzie, all these top boxers. I've been over in America training with Kenny Johnson, 6-time national champion, 6-time on the US Olympic wrestling team. Currently in Nottingham in a little hole that I put him in with his little bed and rabbit food. I've got an Olympian wrestler as well, a Polish Olympian wrestler that was at the Beijing Olympics, training with me, and I bring in the best Muay Thai guys. I train with the best black belts I can, and this is just not for this fight. This is what I do day in, day out. I take my job very seriously now, and I know the opportunity that I have to provide for myself and my family, and that's it. You know, as a martial artist myself, I've read a book once, and this has driven me in mixed martial arts, and the statement was, the search for perfection is unattainable, therefore I seek perfection, so my journey is endless. So my journey in this game is endless. Whenever you think you've seen the best of me, you know, next fight you're going to see something different.